Okay, here we go. Welcome back to workout number 5 in the 8-part series of an intermediate kind of YouTube course here. So we're gonna get cracking straight away. We've got about 20 to 25 minutes to get this done. So we're gonna carry on with some of the movements that we're progressing into today. The structure is gonna be a bit different. So we are going to, well, let's start getting warmed up. So just follow me as per usual, you know the deal. Let's start running on the spot, get the heart rate going. As always, make sure you've got enough space to lie down and there's enough space around you just to move a little bit, but not too much. Whatever I've got here pretty much is more than sufficient. So we're going to do 2 things today. Start to kick the knees up. The first section is going to be a 10-minute AMRAP, which means as many rounds as possible, which we have done a few times now if you've been following along. So I'm going to give you 4 movements to do, and you need to do those 4 movements as many times as you possibly can within the 10 minutes. So it's quite a tiring, but I'm just going to start to move the hips around a little bit as well. I'll tell you what the 4 movements are in a second. Then after we've done that, we give you a bit of a recovery time. And after the recovery time, we're going to go in for a drop set, which is a new structure which we haven't been through yet. So I'll cover that a bit more when we get there. But to start off with, we're going to do 4 movements. I'm just going to start to kick my legs up a little bit from side to side, like so. 4 movements. We've got a kind of a squat / a lunge to a stand, which we actually did early on in this course. We've also then got some squats to do, so we're doubling up on legs to start you off with. Then it's into some close grip push-ups, again, which I'll show you when we get there, and then some ab tucks. So all movements that we have done before, but all a little bit tougher as we go through and make it tougher and tougher each week. So now just starting off again, excusez-moi. Keep on jogging, keep the heart rate up nice and high. We're just going to keep on now moving our shoulders as we jog. It's a little bit of a, what's the word? Bit of coordination is required sometimes with these sort of things. See how we get on. We're just moving just to keep the heart rate going. I'm going to switch directions with the shoulders while I'm still jogging. Very gentle jog, nothing too crazy. Nice. And then finally, just again, what we did a second ago, some more side twists. Just really lumber up the spine. So we don't need to get warmed up for too long because, of course, it's body weight and that sort of warms you up anyway. So without any further ado, I'm going to get the timer ready. Let's get cracking straight away. So I've got 10 minutes on this timer here. We need to get done the following reps. So listen out to this. Of course, as always, it is shot live. So we are going for 10 reps of the following. So it's like a lunge into both knees down and then stand up. So you do lunge back, both knees down, stand up. Just bearing in mind, whatever leg you lunge back on, so let's say I lunge back on this leg first, I'm then going to stand up with that leg as well. So if my left leg goes back, then my left leg will stand up. Then when you get to 5 reps on that side, your right leg will go back, trying to get my brain working, and your right leg will come back up again. So basically do 5 on your left leg, 5 on your right leg, so 10 in total. Once you've done that, you're going to go into a set of 20 squats, just normal squats up and down like so. So double legs to kickstart. Then into a set of 10 close grip push-ups, which are a little bit tougher. Normal grip, wide grip, close grip, or even touching your fingers. So it's far more in from your shoulders. So again, just showing you the technique. On your knees will look a little bit like this. Elbows tucked in all the way down to the ground, or on your toes will look a bit like this. Make sure, as always, which you'll be familiar, I'm always an advocate of good technique, make sure you get your chest or your face all the way down to the floor. We're not doing any half push-ups. It doesn't matter if you lay on the ground, that's better than not getting to the ground. So that'd be 10 of those. And then finally it'll be a set of 20 ab tucks, which I'm just gonna very briefly show you here. So ab tucks like this, crunch up here, lean back here, crunch up, lean back for the core. So they're your 4 movements. One more time, 10 lunge to sit to stand, 20 squats, 10 close grip push-ups, and then 20 ab tucks. So it's a 10, 20, 10, 20 sort of rep scheme. Follow me along, do it at your own speed. We're all gonna be at different levels and just try to get as many rounds and as many reps of that done in the 10 minutes as you possibly can. So I've talked for way too long, so let's get going. So I'm gonna start the timer. Listen out for the beeps, or listen out for me, should I say. We're gonna get going in 7 seconds, so I'm getting ready for my lunge to sit to stand. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So I'm starting off with my left, I'm lunging back, and then standing up on that left. I'm gonna do 5 reps on this side, before I switch over to 5 reps on the other side. Count your own reps, don't just keep up with me because we will be going at different speeds. So that's my first 5, so now I'm going to switch over to step back with the right and stand up with the right. I'm going at a reasonable speed, that's very important. Forgive my counting because chatting and counting are things that do not go hand in hand. So that's my 10 done, and I'm going to go straight into my squats. Again, you go at your own speed, but 20 of these squats. Again, as always with the squats, you try to sit down nice and low. That's very important. I've already lost count, there we go. Proof in the pudding. And after my 20 of these, I'm going to get ready to go into my close grip push-ups on my knees or on my toes. So I've got one more. Excellent, so now I'm going straight into the ground as minimal rest. Into close grips, I'm going to start off on my toes, get the full whack in. And it's 10 of these. Perfect, then I'm going straight onto my back for ab tucks, but like I said, you go at your own speed. It's not a race. 20 of ab tucks. And again, trying to really concentrate on your abs. There we go, good. So that's my first round done. So I'm now going to go straight back into the first movement. 10 lunge into stands. AMRAPs are notoriously tough. Last time we did an AMRAP was a couple of workouts ago. And we did 8 minutes. So we're just gradually building up that volume, which makes it a bit tougher as we go through. So it's 10 of these. 5 per side, don't forget, but a lot of you may be on the squats already, you may be finishing up that last round. It doesn't matter, you just go at your own speed. Okay, now into my squats. I'll try and show you everything from different angles just for technique. Squats, you're trying to sit down to a 90-degree angle at your knees. That's the most important thing. And it's 20 squats, don't forget. Hopefully you're remembering these reps. Okay, now I'm going to go into my push-ups again. Doesn't matter where you're at. This time I'm going to do them on my knees to show you the technique for the knees. If you're keeping up, of course. If not, you can just have a look at the technique. Again, keeping my chest nice and close to my hands at the very bottom. I'm pushing up with my elbows tucked in. Squeeze the elbow in as you do the close grip push-ups so it looks like that from the ground. Elbows tucked in, do not flare your elbows out. Very important. Okay, I'm getting carried away. Ab tucks, we're approaching the halfway mark already. With the ab tucks, it's very important that you keep your feet close to the ground at all times. Don't lift them up in the air. You want to keep them hovering just above the ground the whole time. And it's 20 of these, don't forget. That's the halfway mark. Okay, good. It's possible that you may feel those ab tucks a bit in your lower back, but again, as long as it's not a sharp pain, it's actually fine because your core sort of works hand in hand with the lower back. It all works together. So let's now go back for those lunges into the stand-ups. I'm going into my third round. It doesn't matter where you're at. 10 reps of these. I'll keep on telling you the reps. Switching over at half weight. Can be quite a confusing movement, this one, because you often forget which leg to stand up on. But hopefully you get into some sort of a routine eventually and just keep on following whatever that routine is. Okay, 10 of those done, 20 squats. After the 20 squats, yep, since my close grip push-ups again. Okay, so here I go. I had 10 of these. This time I'll go back onto my toes. Again, elbows tucked in, very important. Okay, and then we're into the ab tucks. Doing well, you've got 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. On the ab tucks, you're leaning back and you're crunching up. So it's a lean, crunch, lean, crunch. Okay, I think that was 20. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. I'm moving on to another round. Fourth round, we'll see if we can squeeze this in. Again, doesn't matter where you're at, your fifth, your sixth, your third, your second, your first. Just give it your best shot. So I'm going back in to those lunges. Here we go. Another round done. And because this will probably be the last round, based on timing, I'm going to try my utmost to get as much of this done as I possibly can. That little kind of sprint finish towards the end. Okay, squats. Just over a minute left now, so big push now towards the end. Okay, now into my push-ups. Last round for me. I'm going to show you the technique if you struggle on your knees and if you struggle on your toes. So I suppose the easiest version would look something like this. So hands close together again, and you just lay down on the floor and then push back up. Lay down on the floor, push yourself back up like so. I don't know if you do yoga, but it's almost quite similar to like a cobra, and you just bring your hips up. So it's like a cobra and then hips. Bit of both, but hands are close together. Works your triceps a lot more. Got no idea where I am, but keep going. So we've got 20 seconds left, so I'm going to try to squeeze in my ab tucks. That's a rep a second, pretty much. Let's see what we can do. Again, keep going all the way through to the beats. I'm still trying to keep technique as good as possible. If I don't finish, I don't finish. You just stop when you hear the beeps. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Nice. So that is your first 10-minute AMRAP done. And AMRAPs are notorious. They're tough work, so you literally have no breather for 10 minutes. It's like you're doing a run or a jog. So it's not easy, and then kind of coincide that with the exercise being tough enough, does get your heart rate going. My heart rate's up, hopefully yours is a little bit at home. So you get a couple of minutes now just to get your heart rate back down again, and then we're going to move on to the second phase, which is a new phase. So while you're resting, I'm going to talk you through the structure and what we're going to do. So it's going to be what we call a drop set. There's lots of ways you can do a drop set. You can do it with weight, you can do it with time and reps. So because that was rep based, we're now going to go for a time. It's a lot easier to monitor. So we have got 3 movements to do. The 3 movements that we're going to aim for anyway. We're going to start you off, we are going to kind of double up on the legs unfortunately again with some lunges. That's your first movement. It's going to be a minute of lunges to start off with. Then you get a quick 10-second recovery. Then after that, we're going to go into the second movement, which is a minute of tricep dips. So we need to get something close by, a chair. I've got a little kind of block here, which I'm going to use, but if you have a chair, a sofa, a bed, anything that you can do a tricep dip on, that'd be awesome. Hopefully you know what they are. We've done them plenty through the previous kind of 15 workouts or so. Movement number 3 is going to be some ab walkouts, which we have done a bit more recently as well. So basically it's a minute of each of those 3 movements with a little 10-second breather in between each one. Then after you've done a minute of each, we go straight into 45 seconds of each. And then after you've done 45 seconds of each, we go straight into 30 seconds of each. So again, not much recovery time, but the drop set means that the time is coming down. So technically it gets easier, but it might not, because of course we're getting a bit more fatigued as we go. So with all that being said, we're going to start off fairly soon. I don't want to let you get too relaxed. So a minute of lunges. And what we're going to do for lunges, focus on one leg at a time, up and down, like so. And then once I tell you you're halfway, you're going to switch over and do the other leg. Then you get a quick 10-second recovery before we're going to go into, I've totally forgot what we're going to do. What we're going to do are the tricep dips. So get your chair nearby for a minute of tricep dips, which will be very close. Then a quick 10-second before a minute of walkouts. So I'm just going to make sure I've got everything set up and prepared so we're ready to go. I'll put this here for my dips, grab these, look at that, everything's on hand. It's almost as if I planned it, can you believe it? So here we go, let's rock and roll. So I'm going to time this one on my watch because it's a little bit different. So let's get cracking for a minute. Hopefully you're ready, you've had your breather, your water. So 1 minute of lunges, 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. We are in it. So I'm focusing on one leg first. I will let you know when you're halfway, but of course you can always just look at the timer on the screen. I suppose that's sort of what it's there for. Once you get the 30 seconds, you're going to switch over legs. So this is our longest set, but again, not much recovery time from now until the end of the session. So we just get in and we get out. So in about 5 seconds, we're going to switch over legs. So just get prepared for it. So 3, 2, 1. Let's now switch over. That's your halfway mark. And of course, I'm just looking at my watch here in front of me. Let's get the idea of timings. So after this, get yourself prepared for a quick 10-second breather before we move on to our tricep dips. Remember, with the tricep dips, you keep your back nice and close to the chair, to the bed. Do not let your back come away. So almost there. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so quick 10-second breather. Tricep dips coming up. So I'm going to get into position as well. We're going again in about 5 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. We're off. Let's rock and roll. So of course I'm keeping my legs bent. If you want to make it tougher, have your legs straight out in front of you, basically. It's up to you as to what you want to do. And again, unfortunately for me, I can't go as low as you may be able to on a bench because I haven't got that in my office. So I'm going as low as I can up until my bum hits the floor. A minute of these is going to burn. It's probably burning already, especially after those push-ups. And then after the minute of these, we're then going to rock into a 10-second breather before our ab walkouts, which basically is standing up, walking forward into a plank, and then walk in, back up. Let's have a little check of the time. Okay, so we've got about 10 seconds left, so just keep it going. Again, triceps burning already. Ooh, where are we? So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now a quick 10-second breather before we go. Again, I'm just going to clear that out of the way a little bit. Walkouts, coming up, touch your toes, walk forward into a plank, walk back again. So here we go. So 3, 2, 1, and we're off. I'm touching my toes, I'm walking forward into a walkout, and then I'm standing back up, stretching out the hamstrings at the back. Really trying to get a nice stretch at the top. So stretch out hamstrings here, walk forward into a lovely plank, nice and flat. Stretch out hamstrings here and walk yourself back. So we've got 30 seconds or so left of this one, and then a quick 10-second breather before we go into 45 seconds of each of them, starting off with the lunges. Hence the drop set name. We drop something, whether that be weight, time, or reps. But the flip side is that you don't get a breather. That's where the whole point comes. So we've got 5 seconds. This will be my last one. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 10 seconds, back to lunges. So I suppose 22.5 seconds per leg here. So I'll tell you when to switch over. So let's get ready. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So I'm doing the first half on my left leg. Once that timer gets to 22 second-ish, have a little look, and then we're going to switch over. So I think that's already it, actually. I think I'm way beyond time there, so switching over. And almost there. 45 seconds, almost up. I think I got my timings wrong. Ignore me. And a quick 10-second breather now. Okay, so hope that timing's right. It's a bit confused on the watch. Next up, we're going back to those tricep dips. So let's get this in. We'll be going again in 3 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. 45 seconds coming up. Round 2. It's hectic. It's absolute chaos. Just try to work as hard as you can. You may be sweating. You may be burning. If you need to have a breather, have a little shake off your arms, then go again. Try to get as many reps done as you can in that 45 seconds. How are we getting on? So, yeah, just about halfway there now. Oh yeah, definitely kicking in. Final 10, let's rearrange this. We're doing well so far. Keep working hard, keep on pushing through. It burns for everyone. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Quick 10-second breather before we go again. So let's get ready to rock and roll for our 45 seconds worth of ab walkouts in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Let's go touching toes, walking forward into a good plank, and then pitching your bum up, walking back. Very important that you stretch out your hamstrings, like I keep on saying. Sound like a broken record, but it's what it takes. And after this, we're going into our last round of 30 seconds of each. The same structure, the same everything else, just the time frame will be a bit shorter. So we've got just under 20 seconds left of this round. Good, and we're going to go for one more, about 5 seconds left. I reckon we can squeeze that in. 3, 2, and 1. Good, okay, now a little 10-second breather. We're going to go back into the lunges, 15 seconds per leg. So let's get ready to go in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Last round now, so this is our final round. After this you can relax. It's a mere 30 seconds, so it's half of what we began with, but by now, of course, you're a little bit more tired, which is understandable. So I'm going to go switching over. And almost there, so 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant, okay, so now into the dips for one last time. And your goal now is to try to push it all the way through to the end. So try not to rest if you really don't have to. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So yeah, we're trying to go all the way through. I know it's chaos, I know you're rushing around between positions, and I know it's burning, but this is your last hurrah now, like a sprint finish. You know how we work. The end is always the best. So I'm going to try to do the same, but rest assured, it's definitely burning. Woo. Okay, we're looking at about 6 seconds left or so. So keep going all the way through, push through the burn. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Final 10-second breather before our last round of walkouts. So let's get ready to rock and roll. Make this your best. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. This is it now. We're in it to win it. Oosh. Numero uno. Okay, halfway. I can probably try and squeeze out 2 more. Hopefully you can get whatever you've just done times by 2. Okay, 6 seconds, last bit. Big push. And 3, 2, and 1. I call that a day. Nice. Oh yeah, feels good. Have a little shake off. Nice. Another workout done. I think that was workout 5. I'm just going to clear the way a little bit. Get these trusty blocks back up on here. But yeah, awesome. I'm liking that. Bit more of a blitz. Like I said, if you've been following along from the very start where I put the beginner workouts up, you've done all 10 of those, and now at 5 of the intermediate, you will notice it is getting tougher. It's getting tougher for me. Hopefully it's getting tougher for everyone else. That's the point. That is the idea. So we'll have a quick stretch, nothing too fancy, then I'll let you crack on. So it's going to start off with the wrist. So because we spent a lot of time in this position here, so let's do the opposite. So straighten out your arm, keep it locked out at the elbow, and now just pull your wrist towards you. So the hand is now facing down. You don't pull at the fingers, you pull at whatever this part of your hand is, so right on top of it. Get as much range of motion, try to move it around a bit. We're just doing the opposite of what we've just done, which is that. Just free it up a little bit, and let's switch over. Keep the elbow locked out. Very important. Sweating a bit here. Sweating quite a lot actually. Holy smokes. That's what I like. Shoulders, straight arm across the body. Pull it in towards the chest, just as we kind of pace around a little bit. Walk around, don't stand still. Hold each stretch for 6 to 10 seconds. Let's switch over. Nice, and then same at the beginning. Let's do some lower back side twists. Moving your feet, moving your hips as well. Very important. And nice, and then just lower body, nothing too crazy. I'm going to hold on something as always for my balance. I'm going to kick forward and kick back just to loosen up the hips, the quads, and the glutes a little bit, and the hammies. A little bit of everything. And stick on this same leg. Now we're just going to open hips up and go across the body. So we stretch out the inner thigh. And let's now go back to go to the other leg. Kicking forward and back. Last little bit. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to open the body up and come across. Get a lovely stretch at the top, inside the hips here. Final 5 seconds, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, awesome. So that's another workout done. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you all hopefully for the next tough one in the schedule, which is workout number 6 of 8. So we are getting there, we're over halfway. So thanks again, enjoy your recovery, and I'll see you next time.